And we're live. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Our Daily Magic. Our Daily Magic is a weekly podcast conversation in which what we like to do is to showcase different magic in our lives and other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Our onus is we know that whoever's watching, you are magical as fuck, just like us. And we like to have conversation geared toward just finding ways to allow yourself to just incorporate more magic into your life. We all deserve to have more magic, which is actually a good topic to go into, and we'll start that after the introductions. My name is Dell, and this is
Kai.
Yeah. So that's the first one to talk about, magic.
Yes.
What is magic in your life? And wherever you listen to it, for right now, it's either YouTube or Facebook. Hit a like, get some comments. You got some questions.
Drop an emoji. Let us know you're here.
Could drop a middle finger too or whatever. So let us know that you're here. We appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, let's get into it. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, magic. Because we talk about our daily magic. And it just reminds me of this conversation that I was having yesterday, in which I said how a word has different meanings for each person.
Yeah.
So it's like magic. What does magic mean for you?
Magic to me is an acronym, and it stands for Miracles and Grace and Co-Creation.
Oh man, you really thought about this. You were ready.
I was ready.
And whoever's listening as well. Oh.
We got a middle finger.
Yes. What up?
Love it.
Yeah. And yeah, what does magic mean for you, Garrett, or whoever's listening as well?
Yeah.
We'll love to hear just different meanings, different perspectives for what is magic for yourself. You had the whole acronym and all this other things going on. So what I gotta think about, like making a great interconnected connection. I don't know. Like I'm trying. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So like for me, magic is just how things is. It's like the curiosity at all. And just knowing that like what you see is just a little bit of what is really going on out there, like a co-creation type of thing. So when I'm like at awe or just see different things, when I go for a walk in nature, or there's something in which I could be engulfed in something that's even bigger than me, it's like, wow, like all of this is pretty magical because it's something, one, bigger than me, and two, is only just a speck of what's out there type of thing. And also for myself, I just know it that there's this intertwined connection with me and everything else out there. So there's this energy that's infinite, but then it just goes through and does different expressions of this magical energy.
It's funny. Miracles and grace and co-creation. Also, sometimes I think it's me and God in co-creation. You know, it's just however it is you want to spin it in the moment. And I love that Nathaniel has put in, I believe magic is the ability to influence the universe through our own energy. And we see you with the medicine wheel in your profile picture. Go ahead. Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Dang, you're able to see it that way. Like, that's good eyes.
I can't miss that. And hi, Mella. We're talking about what magic means to you. And this was a great one, Nathaniel. Thank you.
I believe the magic is the ability to influence the universe through our own energy. I think that's, yeah.
Right on.
I just wanted to like piggyback off of that and go deeper with that, like influencing the universe with our energy, or influence our space with our energy. Do you feel like we all are doing that whether or not we are aware that we're doing that.
There's a quote by Wayne Dyer that I love. It says that, thank you. Wayne Dyer says, I am universal, and the power of the universe is also within me. So this kind of talks about how it's the same thing. You know, it's like influencing the universe through our own energy, and also we are the universe. So being able to recognize that's super magical.
Ooh, Facebook user dropped a bomb.
Yeah, we wish we knew who you were.
Yeah.
Today's magic is tomorrow's physics. Nice.
Yeah, that is a magical bomb right there. Let's drop the bomb.
Oh, wait.
Do it.
That was a bomb. That was the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Yael. Yes, of course. Thank you for that magical bomb. Mela says,
I see magic as co-creation, whether we are aware of it or not.
Isn't it kind of magical that me and Mela had a similar co-creation of our definitions there, and Mela wasn't even on the live yet? So that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Go for it, Boo.
Okay. Yes. However, I believe the wool that has been pulled over our eyes by the elite take our influence and twist it into their own intentions. Ooh.
Very interesting.
Let's get it in. Okay. They control a lot of people energetic intent through lies and traumas that has been perpetrated for centuries. Okay. This is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to delve deeper into this. So, if for the magic is a co-creation with the divine universe, God, whatever higher power is to your understanding, that's what it is, right? Like that co-creation of happening, the magic. So, do you feel that if there's a co-creation that's happening, I mean, if like our awareness, we're not aware that it's happening, but if there's a co-creation that's happening with divine, do you feel like these situations, like for example, when Nathaniel put up of like being controlled by the elite and things like that, is it helping us to bring more awareness to the fact of like those type of things are happening out there, so that way we can be able to have a choice? So is that also part of the co-creation with the divine to help us to bring more awareness into our lives to realize like what is happening in the moment in our life?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I feel, because like, and this is not just with like this type of situation, of course, like awareness. All right, there's forces out there who do some type of manipulations out there. It's like proven thing. We are aware of it. Like for example, like the news, programming the news for like the fear propagandas and things like that.
I have a really good example.
There you go.
There was at one point in time, I think it was the show Scandal was like live on TV, right? And what was interesting is that the show Scandal was also mirroring a lot of the things that were going on in the real world. So there was a period of time where the TV shows and the news, you couldn't really tell the difference because they were reflecting the same things. So what they were doing is that they could have been perceived that there was an agenda being pushed. There was a narrative that was actually being woven into the fabric of what was actually reality, but indeed was actually fiction. So there is a means in which, for instance, the media can start to blur the lines between fiction and reality. But also what that does is that shows us our power in which we can do the same thing too, by use of our imagination, by focusing on our manifestations, by, being in control of what it is that we watch and the media that we do consume. So that's a great point, and there's an example of it.
Yeah. And I want to go even deeper with that, because if we know what somebody is doing, and like, for example, those intentions and things like that, don't we have a choice to be able to discern the information And I'm saying that because, like, for me,
Wait, you asked the question.
yeah.
Did you want an answer?
No. Let me finish,
Okay.
and then you can answer the question.
Oh, got it.
Because I was asking the question, and then also I was about to just give an example on my end.
Okay.
So now I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Yep, come back.
What was the question?
Mm-hmm.
See,
It comes back.
Okay. So the discernment, that's what I was talking about. If we know what somebody's doing, like for example, whatever it may be, and don't we have the ability to discern, like filter what's going on, or what they're saying or what they're trying to do, and also we have a choice. Okay, like I don't have to do that, but also what I realized for myself in my own journey is I can discern and also be able to still hear some truth in it that can resonate with me and help me. But also the stuff that I just feel like, okay, I don't think that doesn't resonate with me. But there's actually some stuff that I can resonate with. And what I used to do is like when something, let's say, is not in alignment for what I'm looking to experience in my life or something that I would like to learn. So like one little thing that, oh, I don't agree with this, I would just throw the whole thing away.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to discern is like even like listening on the or listening to the news and things like that. I get to hear some stuff that's going on because there's actually some live stuff going on in the world. Of course, in the news, they give a lot of the horrible stuff that's going on in the world, and not so much of like the good things that are happening in the world. But like for myself, I can discern it and also accept, like, okay, this is going on over there in that world, but also it's going on over there, and it allows me to check in the present moment. What's going on in my world as well? And actually, for me, it makes me feel more grateful that like because you see like these things going on, but also send like the prayers and things for these people. But it's like, wow, life can always be way worse than what it is right now.
So what was the question?
I don't know. We'll see. We got people here, comments.
I'm gonna come back to Mella's because I want to read it out. Nathaniel was saying we are able to discern if we are truly educated, and I agree that if we have the awareness, we have the choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty much saying the same thing. If the person's awareness is limited to thinking that they don't have a choice, then they're right.
Yeah.
And then when they have that expanded awareness of multiple alternatives or the infinite possibilities that are available, then it is a choice. Then it can become discernment. Absolutely. Mela says, go for it.
So many people are disconnected from their deep intuition that they walk like a zombie in the world and have no clue how much they are being controlled or what is the truth or what is a lie.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
And then,
do you want to comment on this?
Yeah. Because it's another thing to like go more in. I just want to share my hypothesis about this.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to you about this of like why is it so much easier like for us now, like a lot of people out there to be easily controlled or manipulated out there to do this or do that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying like just think about it for our own experiences as a kid, just how young we were and just like a sponge, like a young kid. And also I have a kid, so I know like at these ages we're sponges and we absorb information, and our beliefs and our truth is from our environment, or maybe our parents tells us something that this is right or this is wrong. But then also like school,
Mm-hmm.
like the school system, being programmed, you're supposed to do this from this amount of time. This is all the right information to receive. You can't question it. This is it. And then you got to compete against each other, get the good grades and stuff like that. And while that's going on as a sponge, there's also TV shows and things out there that helps mold us, and also our experiences that we have. So that combination from that young age, being a sponge and being told what to do, being told this is right and this is wrong, all those years leading up to us being an adult now, in which now we have all this program in us. Maybe when we were younger, we would potentially try to rebel. And a lot of us, if we try to rebel against what's told to us, we'll get reprimanded. There was schools, like, thankfully not for us, like back in the day, if they spoke against the teacher, I believe it was like Catholic schools and stuff like that, they would get popped by the teacher. Like, this is what's right. No. So maybe potentially a lot of us are afraid of getting popped again, which is why we just do as what we're told. But also we're told that this is the way of doing it. This is the what do they call it? Like, this is the American way, the American dream type of thing. And which, like, go to school, get educated, listen to your parents, find a religion, obey, get that job, work that job until you're 60 something, whatever, give all your blood, sweat, and tears to an organization or corporation. And then in the last twinkle of your life, when you're 60 something, then you get to enjoy life.
Honestly, I don't even think that it's the glimmer of hope of enjoying life after you retire that people are running towards. I think they're running from all of the failures, all of the going bankrupt, all of the losing their job because they're going to lose their wife and their family and end up on the street. I think they're running away from all of these things as opposed to running to any specific dream. So if I would rephrase it, I would say it's the American fear.
Ooh.
Just my perspective there.
Ooh, the American fear. I love that. Fear.
Yeah.
A lot of the teachers say that there's only two motivating factors. Really look at it: love and fear.
Right.
Those are driving factors for us.
Right.
What things are we avoiding that's stopping us from really, really going for the things that we want, really creating the things that we want more in our lives? Is fear.
Right. And Doug's comment here, it says, how are lockdowns and mandates pro-personal freedom? The Neo-Democrat Party has transitioned from liberal values straight into actual authoritarian and fascist policy. Neo-Dems are literally anti-liberal. Now, I gotta admit, there's a lot of big words in there that I gotta look up. But at the same time,
you gotta look it up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now I don't feel so bad. Come on, I gotta look up some words.
But at the same time, Doug, I'm getting the gist of what you're saying. And what's interesting is that we did an episode on free will, right? Yeah. Whether it was like actual truth or a farce. And I think that America, can, when we look at the, a lot of the systems that are in place, sometimes we can see that, just like what we were talking about, free will is the poster child of what's available. We're talking about it like the dream of a life that can occur after you retire. But at the same time, what's actually being like physically manifested? Physically manifested is, being beaten. Physically manifested is being restricted in terms of what it is that you can do, where it is that you can go, how long it is that you can breathe without a mask. So there's a lot of contradictions and paradoxes, that occur in the systems and the beliefs, and also the dreams and the, the goals that are put in front of those. But, we can uncover it with some conversation, and we can make the choices that are best suited to us by just getting really conscious to it. So I'm not going to rely on a system to create that for me. I'm going to create that freedom within myself first.
Yeah. That unconditional freedom. And that was the thing, like, also for myself, that I came to a realization with, like a deep realization. And it's, I can't control what happens in the external environment. So for example, like COVID, lockdowns, things like that. But what I can control is how I emotionally respond to those things, and also how much of my power I want to give to these things, and like fighting it.
Yeah.
Compared to just accepting it. Okay, this is what's happening right now. So, all right, what cards can I work with? These are the matter of fact, these are the cards. How am I going to deal with this type of thing? So, like the lockdowns and all this other stuff that happened, like, yeah, we're so used to like being busy and going out and having like the freedom to like do all this stuff. And now the lockdown happened and you close in, you gotta be to yourself, you gotta wear a mask, or if you don't want to wear a mask, then you gotta get a vaccine and things like that. So all these different choices out there, and it's all about the acceptance. Like, here's the cards, this is what they're offering to us. Now it's like, all right, What do you want to do that's in the highest alignment for you?
Right. And with all of the, you know, the systems and stuff that we're talking about that happen to be in place, I don't believe that anything is essentially right or wrong.
No.
I believe that those systems came about as a reaction to something that's happened, you know, another maybe like prevention method so that more people don't get hurt or something like that.
It could be.
Just like, you know, how a beating, you know, is often given to a child so that they don't do that same behavior because the parent loves them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's a perspective to everything, and I get that.
Yeah, and that's what happens. So, like these things, these cards
Mm-hmm.
that are dealt for us, and we have all these different perspectives for it. Some people think that the vaccine is poison and they're going to kill off a lot of people or potentially with it. That's a hypothesis. It's not proven. Maybe, like you said, that maybe they're trying to help us right now because, like, oh crap, this thing got out of control. Let's find a way of really helping people. They went into their closet and actually pulled out like the antidote type of thing, like out there. Remember that? What was that episode? Remember the Chappelle Show episode where Dave Chappelle's the president of the United States and he had the cure for AIDS and he just taking the shots of it. So then he was like, it was funny because there was a chick that was next to him. He was like, here, you should probably take this.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's messed up.
That's pretty funny. It reminded me, yeah, but like that, to bring it back to this conversation, here's what's happening.
Yeah.
We all have different perspectives.
Right.
For what's happening. And we're going to respond to it based upon our perspective of what's happening.
Right. And the same thing can be done, like you said, by two different people with two different intentions.
Pretty much.
The same thing with two different intentions. Yeah. Now it matters who's saying it and who it's coming from. It's like all these infinite reflections.
Yeah.
You got this?
You can do it.
Mela says, yeah, exactly. That gets into personal sovereignty. We always have the choice as to how we act and react to everything around us. We don't always have the choice of the situation, but we're sovereign beings, even if people don't claim that sovereignty. So exactly. What's interesting is that the contradiction and the paradox here is that all of these external restrictions is giving us access to personal freedom and personal sovereignty internally, if we can look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Mela also says, I recently heard someone say that the energy you have around the vaccine is what happens in your body. If you take it out of fear or being forced, the energy is negative. If you can't take it with a positive energy and thought, aka magic, she said, don't take it. And I thought that was interesting. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's a choice as well. Like that type of thing. But that's with everything as well. Like if you take it in with fear and stuff like that, then yeah, it's gonna have fearful things. So it just reminds me of, let's say, like you're trying to lose weight. So you eat whatever you want to have this snack or whatever, and you feel guilty eating the snack. So the guilt energy is gonna come into you, and the shame and the beliefs and stuff like that, and probably not get results. Compared to like, okay, like I am eating more healthier. Oh, I want to get this snack. I had this snack. I'm not going to judge myself. This is just a moment of having this. But then, of course, like gaining weight is when you have those moments consistently, type of thing. So like the intention with it, as I drink this water, with my intention is being grounded and being here, type of thing.
Right. Yeah, and what they call doing something and having a shame or fear about it and then ending up doing it repeatedly is what I've heard defined as an addiction. Addictions have an underlying undercurrent of shame, and that's why the person goes back to it, because they're trying to go into that shame and get a different emotion out of it that will change something that they're feeling. But again, that doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, we have another name for that. So welcome back, Nathaniel. Heard.
Yeah. Now that's another thing as well, addiction. Because like I would say like the main things of addiction is like drugs and alcohol, pornography, things like that. But do we ever look at some other addictions that I'm pretty sure a lot of us can just raise our hands and say, like, I've done that? Like the addiction to people pleasing, the addiction to putting on a certain persona out there, the addiction to our story does not get us the results that we want in our life, the addiction to self sabotage.
Addiction to achievement. Addiction to anything. Worry. That's a good one. Yes. Got it, yeah, Al. Addiction to worry. That's one of them, for sure. What about everyone else? Any other kinds of addictions that we can talk about that are just not normally seen that way? Ooh, soft addictions, video games, social media, perfectionism. Those are good ones.
Mm. Do you feel like, so like these addictions that we just mentioned, these type of things that happen, if there was like a way of like bringing a balance to it or shifting it in a way that can favor you, because like it's all energy. It's like energy that gets morphed into, like we're talking about right now, addictions, the worrying,
Mm-hmm.
the video games, perfectionism and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, is there like a potential balance to like use it in your benefit? So, and the reason why I'm saying that was, for example, for me, I was addicted to just overeating before. And I just realized I had this energy of just like, okay, I just gotta like, this energy that's gonna be hyper and energetic when I'm using it to eat. So I got aware of it, like, okay, this energy right now is being used for that.
Mm-hmm.
How can I use this in a way that benefits me? And the reason why it wasn't benefiting me, because I took a look at myself. I'm like, wait a second, I'm 285 right now. This is, yeah, this isn't serving me. But also I gave myself that clarity of where I'm at right now. And like I told you, I have two choices. One, I'm gonna continue this path and I'm gonna gain weight. I'm gonna get to like 300 pounds. Or option two, I can actually use this in a way that benefits me. So how can this benefit me? And that would like spark me into working out more. But also in a deeper standpoint, the emotional eating, we're just talking about like shame, that stuff. So I'm eating shameful, but I'm doing it. And then I beat myself up after, then I feel even worse for myself. Using that energy now, like this energy come, oh wow, there's a lot of this energy that's going with me. And I start using it in a way it benefits me by just having that honest conversation. So like how can it benefit me now? I use it to work out. I use it to meditate. I use it to just be more present. I use it to actually learn things for myself, but also I use it now to like serve and things like that and checking in with myself. I'm done.
Oh, okay. So you answered your own question.
Yeah, but also I'm asking you because I always love to hear other perspectives, and also whoever's listening, I love to hear their perspective too. Is like these things, can we use it for our advantage? So, like, let's take the example of worrying because we all have done worrying before. The worrying about a situation that potentially hasn't even happened yet, or maybe it did happen. Maybe there's something that happened in the present moment that does get you worried and things like that. Using that as a way of like connecting with yourself in the moment, like being there for that, being there for yourself, the worrying and holding that space, but also using that energy in a way to benefit. Let's say like if I'm worried about money, how can I make more money? If I'm worried about how people are going to see me with like my body or whatever, what can I do to improve myself? But it also, because that's one level of it, worrying about how other person will see me. But on a deeper level, is how do I see myself? I'm going from there. So thoughts, thoughts, opinion, perspective.
We've got some stuff. Yes. Yael says, recognize them, don't judge yourself, and then shift them into something positive. And I agree with you. There's an awareness there. Like, all right, you're doing something, right? And it has you feeling some kind of way. And then are you going to do it again and then expect something different to happen? Or are you going to make a different choice? And that choice could include doing something differently. Or it could include being a little different about the way it is that you're approaching this thing. So there's a few things in there. Nathaniel agrees and says yes. And Yael says, I shift worry when I see it come in to remind me to trust and allow. Ooh, you are so on brand. I love that. Exactly. Mela says, I think the balance comes when you're in control of the addiction and the addiction isn't in control. Absolutely. I used a metaphor in hypnosis for a client that a certain junk food she was addicted to would be laughing at her and saying, see, I control you. That was so powerful.
Wow.
Mela, you're reminding me of something. And that is, I saw one of my friends who's a mom. She gave her son an iPad to play with for a certain amount of time. And then the child got really upset when the mom took it away when she said that she was going to. And what she said to me was, she said, I see we're going to have to start limiting this because he's addicted. And I saw that what the addiction meant was that the person subconsciously defends it. Like, oh, for instance, with worry, it's maybe someone comes up and says, hey, I see you're worrying again. And maybe the person's like, no, I'm not. I'm just feeling my emotions right now. And they start defending it, when it doesn't, like when it's not a choice anymore, and that defense mechanism starts to kick in and actually protect that mechanism that is in place because it's protecting something that, that has been put there to let something else not be seen.
And the question I have right there, because I'm curious now as to talk about that, like the worrying, who worries? Does the soul worry? Does our soul worry about things? Or is our soul present? And like those moments when we do get worried or whatever it may be, it's just like a little like dangling carrot to get us back connected to our soul.
I don't think there's anything wrong with worrying.
Oh no. Like you're feeling.
Right.
It's great to feel and acknowledge how you're feeling in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, but like they say, everything, like all of our experiences is just another experience to get us closer to God.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, including the worrying. Because like you're feeling the worrying, and instead of, it's like, what do you do after that? Like, oh, I'm feeling this emotion of worrying right now. Am I going to do those addicting patterns to like stop myself from feeling it, or am I going to feel it?
Right.
And be the space, be that space, be that soul space for the worry. Because hey, what's up, worry? It's all good. Let's kick it together. And like doing that, because I think I was talking to you about this or somebody. Like being with those emotions, you get to find like the real thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of us from whatever experiences that is that worrying thing, and to actually be able to be heard, like, oh, you were, what's up? Let's kick it with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a different like response compared to whoever's that worrying, whatever is bringing that worrying. I'm pretty sure there was a different response that happened when the person that actually expressed that they were worried at that time. But actually getting to be with yourself, you get to connect more with yourself, and also, like you said, like it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like these emotions, it's okay, especially when you can use this to connect deeper with yourself. Like what? Oh, it's always great. And that's the thing of getting over too. Like I remember for myself, I used to think that too. Like when I feel something that's not like la 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 la, like oh. But now, like I realize, like the quicker I accept it and be with it, the quicker it moves and goes away.
Mm.
And like, oh, okay, this thing's here. Let me go into it. And then it like goes away.
Mm.
Craziest thing. But it's pretty cool.
Mela says our conscious minds worry, I think. I think that maybe I'm just throwing another hypothesis out there, is that maybe emotions are an experience in the moment, and that maybe that's it.
Yeah, because like the things that life gives us, we respond to it the way we respond to it with our level of consciousness that we're at. There's nothing right or wrong. The way you respond to it is perfect, and it's about bringing awareness to learn about the reason why you respond that way, but then also you have a choice for how to respond to it next time, type of thing. But what can happen is we respond to something a certain way, and then we don't like it, and we beat ourselves up, and all this stuff, go down that cycle or whatever that can happen. Compared to, oh, I responded to this way, now I have a choice because I'm aware the way I responded to it, I didn't like it, and actually you can go to that situation. Okay, how would I respond to it differently this time, and then respond to it differently.
Mm-hmm. Mela, I love what you wrote here. I saw 3 words in the end. I saw feel it forward. And I think that would be a great mantra for myself, to just feel the emotions forward. I like it because it eliminates the get rid of it. It eliminates the the extra stuff, and just feel it forward. It kind of like feels non-judgmental. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
You got this one?
Yeah, I'll do it. Above all, we have to learn to love ourselves. I wallowed in a lot of my addictions until I came to the realization to the trauma that caused me to use my addictions to escape reality. Now that I know why I wanted to escape this fake reality perpetrated upon us, I am way more at peace with myself. I love myself, and I'm no longer in the grips of many, many of my addictions, and I am allowing myself to become who I actually am to the rest of the world. Beautiful. Beautiful. And everyone who's responding as well, beautiful. It takes a lot of courage to actually be vulnerable and express how you are in this moment and what you're going through. So I definitely wanted to like just give gratitude and thanks for each and every one of you for doing this, because this is monumental, and congrats. That's like a major, 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 major leap of being aware and making those shifts, but also realizing that those addictions are the band-aid. The band-aid to the pain, that we need more of the addiction to band-aid the pain, compared to just allowing the band-aid to come off and allow your wound to heal. That fear, the fear of the pain too, because like, especially with addiction, a long addiction, just all that suppressed things that you're suppressing, that may potentially end up being a volcano. Maybe it comes to the point that you can't be here anymore. I can't live with this anymore. It reminded me of Eckhart Tolle. He said that was his awakening when he got to the point of his pain, of saying like, I can't live with this anymore. But like, a lot of people say that and then they like take their lives. But he said, I can't live with this anymore. And when he said that, he got aware, like, wait a second, who said that? And then that's what led to his awakening. But it's getting to that point of actually being aware that I can't do this anymore.
Nathaniel says, thank you. It is power back to myself and not relinquishing it.
Yeah. And all these things, all these experiences in our lives that we have, we really can embody, that is all leading us to that deeper love of ourselves. That's what's the most important thing. Finding that deeper love for ourselves, that forgiveness, the acceptance, and nurturing with that, because in that of being able to accept ourselves unconditionally, love ourselves unconditionally, be with ourselves unconditionally, we're actually being with God, because that's how God sees us. No matter what our journey led us to, that's how God always sees us. And the closer we can be able to do that for ourselves, the closer we get to the divine. And then the trickle effect is everything else is shifts as well. It's definitely work, but it's fun work because we actually have a choice. Are we going to keep running from the pain, or are we going to run into the pain to find love?
Mela says, yeah, that's with emotions too. Don't deny the emotions. Feel it, then move forward.
We did that one.
And timers are great for taking back control. I've got one like every hour.
Beep, beep, beep.
So for worry, if that's an addiction, set a timer for 5 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever you want and worry until the timer goes off.
Ooh.
Like, get into it. Really worry about everything. Then timer goes off and it's done for the day.
I like that. I like that. But my question about that is, what if worrying wants to be there longer than the timer? Do you allow worry to be there longer? Or do you say, like, okay, that's it, worry, I'm done with you now because the timer's done? And the reason why I was asking that is, and this is just my perspective too, I resonate with what people say, but what if like this emotion wants to be there longer? What if this part of you that's feeling this emotion just wants to be able to experience it just a little bit longer? And it's just like a hypothesis, like an example. Let's say like you're trying to connect to the divine, connect to God, and God said, all right, I'm just going to connect with you for like 10 minutes, and then that's it, I'm out. And you're in this place of love and awe, but then like the 10 minutes up, God's, all right, I'm out. Wait, I want to experience more love. No.
I've been doing an experiment with that.
Yeah.
And for the past couple of days, it's only been a couple of days, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had done an experiment like this a while back where I just allowed myself to feel the emotions, like with what Mela's talking about. Like, okay, I'll set this container and I'll feel it. And now what I'm doing is I'm actually relinquishing control. I don't want to control my emotions right now. I want to let them be what they are when they want to be them. And I also accept and understand that there may be consequences for that, and I'm taking full responsibility for that. Now, the thing about this experiment that I'm doing is that what I've experienced is spontaneous crying in the past couple of days, and the times that it's happened have been really, really healing. Like, some things, like came through me in the form of emotions that I hadn't felt for a really long time.
Yeah.
And it gave me access to this part of myself that I didn't have, that I was controlling the gateway for. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to continue to experiment with this for a little while longer and see what giving up control of that actually gives me access to.
Oh yeah, it gives you, and this is from my own personal experience, because like that's what I do with my emotions now, is you're going with the current of life. And Kyle C said it before, and it's so true. He's like, the divine, the universe, God, what happens when the emotions come up, it's like the way the universe saying like, here, let me have this, let me take this. But then like it's like, wait, no, I'm done with it now. But like these experiences of really just going in and leaning into it, like you're leaning into to fully experience it, it's like you're emptying it out, allowing yourself to empty it out, compared to, okay, let me do it here, a little bit here, oh crap, more happened, more came in. wait, let me do here, but you actually just allow the experience like to fully come out and allow the divine to help assist you to releasing that, because there's a reason why it came up in this moment, because it's ready to really bring some awareness to it to really be able to shift it.
Totally. Even letting go of the control of having to put words to it. Like, for instance, I wasn't even letting myself do something like, and that could have been judgment, frustration, and joy all in the same single expression without even having to use words. But the point is that it was expressed, not that I had to control its expression or put words to it and direct it towards someone or something. Just let it out, and then it's done.
That's it. And that's the thing. Because what could happen, and I was telling you about this too, is like when these emotions come and you'll hear it, the ego part of us, that mind, is going to try to find ways to attach it to something outside of you. It's going to try to like point it to like, it's because of this or that, this person, and it's going to try to attach to it compared to like, oh, I'm experiencing whatever I'm experiencing right now, and just be with it and go within with it. Because like the catch-22 is like, how can something outside of you affect what's going on inside of you? If something's happening inside of you, why not go inside of you to be with what's inside of you? And you can hear like, oh, it's because this person did this or this. They were a catalyst to show you what was already there. And this is an opportunity when we actually don't, it's going to happen. The mind is going to try to put it for this person or this person or this person. But like the more awareness you bring into your life, you realize you have a choice. Do I want to pin it solely on this person or this situation and give all my power away to this thing for the reason why I am the way that I am within me, or accept that what's going on within me and be with it? Just be with it. No judgment. Planet Fitness status. Judgment-free zone.
Right. Nathaniel says, if we heal ourselves, we heal humanity at the same time. I believe it to be imperative to recover out loud so that others may be able to see our story and make it relative to their own and heal as well. And also Nathaniel says, you are all awesome. Thank you for holding the space and having these difficult conversations. Thank you for participating out loud.
This is collective. And he's right. Like these type of conversations, and also people who are here who share their vulnerable story of where they're at, somebody's going to listen to this that you don't even know, and they're going to be affected by that.
Yeah.
And we're affected as well, because like, it's true. You heal a part of you, you're raising a collective. We are all just this unique expression of this one vast collective space. I don't even know how to explain it. For those of us who got there, they know what I'm talking about. This oneness energy, this oneness space, the space that we all go to when we die, and the space that we come from before we're born.
Indeed. Mela says, just to be clear, the timer thing is best used for addictions. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think allowing our emotions to be free is important. But if certain emotions are addictions, creating issues like worry, rage, etc., where it's controlling you and creating problems, you can practice control and balance with a timer.
I like that. I like that. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
I was laughing at Mela's comment. She says, right, I never used to cuss, but now I do it all the time. It's a release.
Yeah, we haven't cursed yet. Fuck. There we go.
We hit our quota. Yes, that's so funny. You like both finish each other's sentences. We are all connected. Universal consciousness.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what it's all about, man.
We're all in this together.
We are. And that makes this so magical. That's what makes us so magical. And really bring awareness to what is important for you in this moment and what do you need. And the thing is, like, we all need something different in this moment right now.
In this moment.
Oh, miss, I don't listen to him.
Religiously, no.
Yeah, you trying to say I listen to him religiously?
You kind of do.
I watch a lot of, I actually watch and listen to a lot of things. But yeah. I'm not part of the cult. Yeah.
Y'all heard it here. Thank you so much.
You see me out here with a suit on and stuff, then you know, like, oh, what's going on here?
We already have the cologne of the day. How far will it go?
Candle of the day. Meditate.
Mela said yet. Thank you, Mela.
Hey.
Y'all are the best. This is such a great episode.
Y'all.
I'm listening to that song.
You did?
No, I said I'm gonna.
Oh, Busta?
Y'all, hell y'all. Right. Yes. Whew. Laughter is a vibration too. I welcome it. Let me tell you.
More laughter.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Whew.
More laughter, more whatever, though. More whatever you're feeling.
All of it.
Is that a Pokemon?
All right. So this is our new time for the rest of the month, 2 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to join us. We will see you next week and maybe even sooner than that too.
Yeah. And wherever you're listening to, if this impacted you, just feel free to share this with one other person, because we're here to raise the collective together. And raising a collective is this type of conversation in which people can actually see that people are being vulnerable, sharing where they're at, and we actually in this space not being judged, being accepted, being loved, and we're growing together. There's so much that we learn from this, and I'm pretty sure there's so much that each person who listened, who participated, they learned something as well. And yeah, we're in this together. And yeah, love you. I love you all. I'm grateful for you. And until next time, stay magical.